might be the fastest video ever, like ever, in the history of videos. We're out here at Lighthouse, right here. It's super pretty. The water's very, very calm. Visibility is not good. Visibility kind of sucks. Can't really see much of anything, not due to the turbulence of the water, but just due to just the water clarity from the storms last night. And I can't even, oh my gosh, tell you guys how bad the bugs are. We have been really lucky that over the last week, the winds have been kind of increased. Pelican, let's see if he's gonna take a dive. And as you can tell, it's very quiet, which is good for videoing, and it's very bad for the bugs. And the no-see-ums are just like, I mean, they're eating me alive, you guys. I can't even begin to tell you, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold the video and try not to swat them and drop my phone. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys, we're kind of shelling this little rack line right here, and the closer in you are to all the vegetation, the worse the bugs are. So unfortunately, this is where the good shells are, but there's a price for that. If you're out in the water, better. Over here, better, but this is where it seems to be good shelling right now, and the bugs are hellacious. I have yet to find, in all of my years growing up in Florida, I have yet to find a good repellent for no-see-ums. Off works okay. It doesn't work great. I hate DEET. I don't want to spray it on me, especially if it's something that doesn't work wonderfully. You know, if it worked great, I'd suck it up, but I hate spraying a chemical like that on my body, you know, especially if it just works like so-so. I do sell the Bite and Itch lotion, which is the only thing I found to relieve itching for these terrible bugs. Oh my gosh, they're all over my face. But I have yet to find anything. Look at the white on that. Holy moly, that's a really pretty one. I have yet to find anything that even touches a repellent for these no-see-ums. So if you can see on my shoulder right there, there's one. Let me try to zoom in so you guys can see. So right there, that's a no-see-um. Hopefully you guys can see right. Oh gosh. Hold on. I was gonna try to show you guys, but let's see if I can find another one. Well, I've showed you guys before. If I find one of my other hands so I can show you guys, I will. But they're really, really, really terrible. So let's get back to shelling really quick. One thing you want to look for, when the water's kind of clear like this at the break line, you can get down. This is a great place to look for shells rolling. This is a great place to find your minis. If you're not great at bending over like this, because this is a back killer, you can take a scooper and scoop up a bunch of shells and put it, look at that cute little cat's eye, and you can dump it up on the beach and kind of go through it. But this is a really good place to locate some minis and some tinies. However, you want to kind of look for piles of shells. So right here, as you can see, there's kind of a grouping. So I'll kind of pan over here. So like no shells here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even tell you. I'm definitely like not a wuss. These bugs are killing me. Okay, so no shells, no shells, no shells, right? And then all of a sudden, pile of shells. This is where you want to dig. And when I say dig, you don't need to like, you know, dig mountainous holes because they're not that deep. They're just buried in the sand a little bit. So I'm just going to take my hand and I'm going to start pulling shells up. So here's a nice little tulip. And I'm going to try to hold my net between my legs. Okay, so here's a little conch. I do a little conch, check to make sure nobody's home. Oh, can you guys see in this conch how, see, they're usually all filled with sand. So pretty purple color in there, as you guys can see. So I'm still going to come down here. Okay, these aren't super great. I mean, they're a little bit beat up. I'll throw those in the beach because somebody might want those. Ooh, look at this tulip, right? Here's a conch. We'll throw the conch up there. Okay, let's take a look at the tulips. Look at this tulip. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Beautiful tulip. There's another tulip. It's like a tulip hole, right? There's another tulip. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. So just in this hole right here, still going. I'm still digging. Ooh, monster tulip. Holy bejesus. Monster tulip. I'm still going, still digging down here. And I'm not digging really deep. Okay, I'm just... Oh my gosh, you guys are probably laughing at me because if you guys have been here, you know what I'm dealing with these bugs right now. And then I don't really feel anything else. Oh, I do feel something else. Look at that. A little conch and a little tulip. Hold on, I gotta swat. Swat, they're all over. Here, I'll show you on my arm. There's one right there. And then here's one right there. Okay, so you can see them. We call them no-see-ums, but trust me, you can see them. So I'm just gonna kind of run my fingers through again and see if I find anything. I don't really feel much here. Okay, so then I'm gonna move over a little bit. Let me wait for the water to clear because there's another little shell pile right next to this one. This is where I was at. Okay, I should wait for it to clear a minute. Okay, and then, okay, no shells left here. I don't think, what is this? Is this a shell? It's a broken one. Sometimes you just gotta keep digging. Oh my gosh, look at this. Alphabet corn! Jeez! So I'm just kind of like still digging in this hole. But again, I'm not going deep, you guys, at all. Little turbo. I guess I'm gonna kind of run into the next little pile I was going for right here. And here's another tulip. Oh my gosh, these bugs are terrible. Whoever says shelling's not work, they've never done it on a day when the bugs are freaking ridiculously bad. But you guys can see it doesn't look like there's anything right here, right? So I'm just digging down like, and I'm talking maybe like 2 or 3 inches into the sand. I'm trying to keep you guys alive as long as I can, but these bugs are like really bad. Okay, let's go into this hole really quick before I wrap this video up. So we've got a pretty tulip here. Let's see what else we got right here. Pretty tulip. And this really helps if you have like welts for days. Helps if you have a digger. And here's a pretty little conch. I'm trying to get my arms wet. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped my phone. Gotta be careful. Okay, I'm gonna do one more like handful and then I'm gonna go because I don't wanna drop my phone. But this should give you guys a good idea of digging. And if, I mean, you know, oh, here's a nutmeg. Look at that pretty nutmeg, you guys, look. Husband's favorite shell, super pretty. So this is a good little, what we call a honey hole, okay? So a honey hole just means it's got your honey. It's got all the good stuff. All the good stuff in here. Here's some conchs. Yes, you're tearing up your fingers a little bit. And there's no need to like, you know, dig very deep. I'm just, there's another conch right there. Just kind of feeling around with my fingers to see if there's anything else that I'm missing. But super fun, right? Okay, so that's your little tutorial, and then as you go along, okay, you're gonna find more shells. So like, here's another little clump. Okay, so I'm gonna come down here. Oh my gosh, these bugs, you guys. I know I sound like I'm such a whiner right now, but these bugs are seriously so bad. Oh, true tulip. Oh my gosh, it's broken, but I don't even care. I love true tulips. They're so pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of dig a little bit with my hands and see what else we find. Let me just come down and show you. Okay, another clump, right? Another clump here. Another tulip. So this is another tulip here. I'm just tossing some of these kind of beat up conchs up on the shoreline here. Another tulip. But I mean, oh, there's a pretty conch. There's another tulip. So you'll just never know what you're gonna find right underneath the sand. Because all this stuff is just buried right under here. And you see here, I mean, look at all this. Like, there's another little clump of shells. And you pull it up and you get a tulip. I mean, it's Tulip City today. So hopefully that makes some sense. Again, it's not always like this. So I'm trying to teach you guys like what to look for. So when you come here, you go to the beach or whatever, at least you guys know like what to look for. So you guys can shell if you know what you're looking for, and you're like, oh, I remember when Laura told me to look for the clumps of shells, and don't just look at the clumps and say there isn't anything. You gotta dig around a little bit with your fingers, because these are all buried. You're not gonna see them sitting on top. Like if I just look right here, like I don't see anything. But if I dig a little bit and I pull something up, oh, there's a tulip. I mean, that tulip wasn't sitting right there. It was underneath, but just a little bit. Just underneath a little bit. Not a ton. Just a little bit. All right. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I know, and I'm so sorry that like I'm being so whiny. It's the only way that I can put it, but you guys, I'm telling you, you guys see the bugs on my arms. Look at that right there. Do you see them biting me? Okay. Tulips there. Oh, here's one. It's a really pretty one. Ooh, really pretty dark one. And another tip for you guys too, like always remember, here's the little nutmeg. Look how pretty this nutmeg is. When you guys leave the beach, okay, you have got to remember to check your shells. Check your shells for critters. Check your shell bag for critters, because when we leave the beach, oh, look at this handful. This is quite the handful right here. 2 beautiful tulips, one orange, one dark. Beautiful whelk. I check them when I put them in the bag. And then before I leave, I check them again, because sometimes just when you're picking up shells and you're putting them in, you'll never know if you get a little hitchhiker. So always check your shells to make sure that you're not getting anything that has an occupant in there. And then, okay, and then when you get home, I know that we like to just, you know, we like to get home and you know, especially if you're visiting here, sometimes you like to just start packing your shells up to take them back to wherever you're going, but it's really, really important that you check them again. So take them out of your shell bag and take some time to go through them, because if you have a hitchhiker that you missed, it's a really pretty conch, you want to make sure that you can get them back to the beach. Okay, and if you have one and it's late at night, you know, usually they're totally fine out of the water, you know, for 12, even sometimes 24 hours. These little guys are pretty resilient. Don't put them in fresh water, because you know, some of them can't tolerate fresh water very well. They need high salinity. But just, you know, put them in your shell bag. Ooh, is this a little shell right here? But just put them in their shell bag and then take them back to the beach when you can. But don't just pack your shells up and then take them home on the plane, and then you get home and then you're like, oh great, I have a hitchhiker, and like now you're back in Ohio or Illinois or Michigan or wherever you're at, and then now you have a hitchhiker, and like what are you gonna do with it, right? So check your shells, double check your shells. Trust me when I say we've made more than one, you know, trip back to the beach. I always check my shell bag, you know, every time we shell. I won't say every time, but almost every time that we shell. And I check my shell bag before we leave. We usually find a hitchhiker or a little crab that's made its way in there or whatever. Here's a little whelk sticking out. I don't know if you guys can see this little whelk right here. Probably alive. Usually when they're sticking out like that, they're alive. And he is beautiful and he is alive. Look at that beauty. See a little animal in there with a little operculum trapdoor. So we're gonna bury him right back where we found him. So super fun, super buggy. This is the price we pay for good shelling. Here's a little whelk right here. So Look how pretty this one is. Lots of dark shells, lots of deep watercolor shells. The dark shells, the bright colors, vibrant shells, so to speak. Those are the ones that are usually deep water shells that we find a lot after storms when they get tossed up. So this has just been awesome. So hopefully this is a fun little video. Here's another little place to find, you know, your small minis, as I call them, minis, tinies. Let's see what else we have. Here's a tulip right here. This looks like a big piece of a wealth hiding there. So super fun, super fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little video of the beach lighthouse. Super fun. And I hope you guys are all great, and thank you guys so much again for your support. I have a lot of really fun things coming, so stay tuned and I will see you later. Bye bye.